All right, at the start of 2021, I had a goal to save X amount of money. I knew exactly how much I was going to save by the end of 2021. Right now, it's December the 13th. So I was actually able to save 25% more than what I thought I was going to save. That's because I actually analyzed my finances every week and every month based on what I was seeing. I was actually able to make changes every month, tweaked my finances every single week, every single month. You can do it. I took a deep look into them. All right, let's just jump right into it. So you're gonna have a few tabs: payments and subscriptions, real estate, make payments, allowance spending, investing, and savings plan. The first one is you're gonna estimate your monthly payments and subscriptions. You have subscriptions for the month. You can clearly see them right here, like a gym membership. You have debt payments. Let's say you have, for one example, you bought a bed and then you're paying $100 on it every single month. You put it in here. If your payments are the same every month, you put them in here. And here it gives you an idea of how much it is per year. Monthly bills, same thing, car insurance, phone bill, Wi-Fi. These bills are ones that don't change every month. They're going to go in here. Right here on the right, you see a one-time payment column. If you're making a payment to pay off some debt, let's say you're paying $700 of debt to get out of debt for school, you put it in here, and then you're going to see a total right here of how much you're spending every month. And this is for your one-time payment. So if it's in January, you put it right in here, estimating you're going to pay $700 in January. And this needs to be updated every month. Okay, next month, February. You're going to delete this because you're not paying $700 in February. What you're going to do is take a look at your numbers again. Okay, if they make sense, if they're the same, you leave them the same. If your Wi-Fi went up to 60, you make the change. And now instead of 730, you have 740. And then you changed here to 740. Let's say if it changed in November, 740, because it changed. So this gives you an idea of how much you're spending every single month. You're going to have to populate this on day 0, and then every month you're going to update it if it needs to be updated. Real estate, if you're doing real estate, when you come down here, you have 2 properties, 10 School Street, 27 Arch Street, $5,000 here for this one, $3,100 here that you're receiving from your tenants. Okay, so this is how much you're paying in mortgage, and these are your bills that you're paying every month. And this is, let's say, for January, I'm expecting to pay snow removal, and let's say landscaping now that it's here. So here it tells you how much you're paying in mortgage, and here it tells you how much you're paying in expenses for that property. Same here. At the end, it's going to tell you how much you have in total for all your properties, how much you're paying in mortgage, and how much you have in profit. Total rent in minus mortgage. And then these are your total expenses. So what you're going to do is you're going to take these numbers and update them up here. You're going to start on day 0, and you're going to update all the numbers for all the months because you're estimating every single month. Update this, update this. You're only updating the ones that are in light gray. These ones are calculated. But if you're expecting something to happen in, let's say, the months of January, February, and December, which is going to be snow removal, you could do it that same, you do a first run for regular numbers, and then you update it for those months, and then you put the snow removal in here, and then you can update your expenses for those 3 months. And then here it's going to tell you how much profit you're going to make on those properties on those months. Make payments. Here you're going to put all your debt, how much you owe everywhere, and institution notes and everything. One example, school debt, $25,000, UCLA, no notes here. And then at the end, you're going to see how much money you have in debt. Funny story, at the start of 2021, I had $39,000 in debt. I can say, pardon me, that by now, December 12th, I only have $100 in debt that I'm going to pay off. Like maybe tomorrow, I don't know. It's nothing. But that's because I saw how much money I had in debt, and I made so many changes to make my debt 0. I'm very proud of that, and that's all due to the fact that I took a very deep look at my financials. So here's just your debts. If you're making monthly payments on them, you have to actively go in there and make the payment. This serves as a reminder. If you made a payment on this one, and then instead of you made a $100 payment, you update it. Every month you're going to be updating because you want to see the real debt that you owe. If your numbers are automatic every month coming out of your bank account, you still want to update this because you want a real look at how much you owe. Bills, this is just like a reminder of the bills you have to pay. If you're renting out a room, let's say you have property but you're also renting a room, for yourself, or if you're only renting a room for yourself, doesn't matter. You can just put those in here, just a reminder that you have to pay that. You could also put a reminder for the real estate bills in here. It doesn't matter, it's just a reminder. You can't put them in the payments and subscriptions because this change. They're different every month, okay? So what's going to happen is you're going to have here, I have a separate account for my bills and payments. So I have my personal account, savings account, another account. I have a bunch of accounts, but one of them is bills and payments. I put all my bills and payments there, all my subscriptions there. So what I have is here, how much you have in that account. Let's say you just opened it up, you have $100 on it, you put that number in there. This is at the start of the month, okay? Every month you're gonna change these numbers. Okay, so you're paying this much for your rent for that month. This is the electricity bill. You go to the website and you look how much you owe. Same here. This is how much you're gonna have to pay in mortgage for one of your properties, your second property, and your real estate expenses. You have that number in there. These numbers are automatically populated, but make sure they're correct for every month. They have to be current for every month. That's why I said these numbers have to be current for every month, because they're going to be showing up in here. At the end of the month, you're going to see, okay, I have $100 in my bank account. How much do I need to put in order to cover all of my bills and be responsible? Here, you need to have $8,855 transferred to that account in order to have enough to pay your bills, plus $100 extra dollars so you don't go into the negatives. If you have your personal bank account, let's say you have $5,000 in it, you need to deposit $3,955 to cover all your bills, or else you're going to go into the negatives. So now we're going to go into allowance spending. This is a beautiful one here. I populated everything already, but what you're going to see is this is all going to be empty, right? So what you're going to want to do the first month, since this is going to be empty, you're going to want to populate these numbers and estimate how much you're going to spend in groceries, Amazon purchases, and you could see all of the little different categories here, and you take an estimate of how much you're going to spend every month on them. Here's a total for the month. And then you're going to see that these cells on the right are going to be copied from the left once you do it the first time. And then you want to put these numbers, you want to copy them, and then you want to do, you want to copy, and then you want to paste them on every single month. I would just do paste special and values. Boom, you paste them, you only paste the values, and then everything is going to be populated. You want to populate every month. So what you're going to end up doing is in January, you're going to come here and delete everything just for January on the right. And then you're going to start putting in your real numbers. Like for example, here I spend 25 plus 77. Every week I do this. I go in and I update my numbers every week. Let's say it's all updated for the month of January. It's the end of January. Here you have a look at how much you spent. You overspent $469, which is okay. You estimated wrong. It's fine. So next month you're going to delete this. You leave in this as it is. This is past already. And then you delete this and you keep going. And then it's going to give you an estimation live of what's happening in your financials. And here, if you want to keep track of it, let's say it's the third week of the month, I would just put what is the last payment recorded, just so you keep track of your bank account and you're not counting stuff twice. Let's say I paid last $0.73 at the Dollar Tree on, let's say, January 21st. That lets me know up to what point I stopped counting. Okay, I do this every Friday. Okay, so after this, you're populating, let's say we just populated the first month. We're gonna come down here and we're gonna have a nice look at what's happening in my expenses and my spending. This is how much I'm expecting to spend the whole year, and this is how much I have spent per up to date. Obviously this is an estimation because it has numbers you haven't spent yet, but it's an estimation. So here it tells you how much you're spending. Here I can see that I'm spending 9% in eating out of the total amount that I spend every month, or for the whole year. I spend 19% in groceries. And as you go, this is going to be updating, and it's going to give you a nice representation of where your money is going. Don't delete these numbers here. This is going to be automatically populated. So you just have to keep track. You just have to update your numbers here every week. And if you have any questions on this, you can always send me a DM on Instagram. I think it's on my homepage for YouTube. Yeah, you can always send me a DM if you have any questions. I know there's a lot to cover here and I'm going fast, but I don't want this video to go too long. Next, investing. If you're investing in the stock market, so this is how much you have in each one of your accounts. If you don't have them, just delete whatever you have to delete. What you want to do the first day is put the same numbers on the right. Same numbers. So you're going to have 1100 as here as well. Okay. And then as you go every week or every month, however you want to do it, you're going to come here and update your numbers. Okay, let's say here I did it already for the month of January. So let's say in Webull, I started with 7K. Now I have 8,000. I made $1,000. And in total, it's going to tell me how much money I have made or lost in the stock market. This number is going to be added to your savings plan. So it's very important that you update this all the time and you don't change this. Okay, just do it once. Here's the money that you're investing every month. You should invest money every month in the stock market. This is what I do. I put in some X amount of money every month in my stocks account. And I grow my investing account this way as well. If you don't want to do this, you can leave this as 0, but you can auto-populate this for the whole year. Savings. This is the actually juicy one, okay? So here's where we take a look at our savings outlook. Stuff in light gray, you're going to have to put in yourself. Stuff that is not in light gray, it's automatically calculated. Don't change it. This is how much you're making a month in Macy's. If you're expecting to have, and you're estimating this for the whole year, if you're expecting to have a better job starting in October, that's going to pay you $4,000 a month. Here, I updated this for October, $4,000, because I know I'm going to be making more. I know some of us, if we're working a regular professional job, there's 3 months of the year where you get paid 3 paychecks of 2 weeks each. Typically, I think June and others. So I update that myself as well. So this is just going to be an estimation of how much you're going to end up making after taxes. Real estate income, this comes from the real estate income tab. If you're doing Lyft, it's a great side hustle for college students. It's very nice. I did it in college. It was nice. I'm probably going to make a video on that another day. You have other income. Let's say you're doing snow removal for your neighbor in January, February, and December. You can put it in here. And then all of these numbers are going to come from your other tabs. You see that debt payment you made for the school loan. It appears right here. These numbers are automatically changed to negative signs. So you're going to put them in a regular number and the other tabs, and then they're automatically changed to negative here. So here you see total income, total expenses, cash invested. This is in the stock market. If you didn't invest, you're going to see this as 0. Money saved. This is how much money you're saving. So it's nice to see how much money you're saving every month. But the nicer thing is you can actually see what percentage of the money coming in you saved. They say 15% is the rule of thumb, but in reality, I think that's kind of whack. And I actually strive to do 65%, 60 to 70% every single month. I have done 78% to 80%. One month I did 18%. That was kind of sad. I always strive to do more than 60%. At the bottom, you're going to see your bank account values. These numbers you're going to change day 0 once only. You don't change them after that. This is how much you have in your bank accounts. If you have a couple bank accounts, put all your numbers in here. Day 0, start $12,000. Stocks and crypto. These numbers are going to come from the investing tab. The numbers I told you not to change only once. They're going to be automatically populated here. You don't have to worry about those. What's going to happen is it's going to tell you how much value you have of assets. Crypto and stocks profit loss. If you have profits and losses in your investing account, this number right here, this is going to be added every time you update it, whether you lose or gain money. So at the end of the year, you're going to see total income, total expenses. Actually, at the start of the year, this is an estimation. Total money saved, 68%. And then total value of your account is going to be $56,860. So what you can do is $56,860. And you're not going to change this number because you're going to want to be able to see how much money you thought you were going to save versus how much money you actually saved. So it's very sweet when you see that you actually saved a lot more. As you go and update these numbers, this is going to be changing. All of this is going to be changing. As a matter of fact, I started the year thinking I was going to save X amount of dollars, and I actually saved 25% more than what I thought, making changes. And I'm very proud to say that my bills and payments, I lowered that from $2,400 a month to $190. I was able to do all of that by looking at my finances. And I didn't start in January. I actually started doing this in May. So 2022 is going to be amazing because I'm going to start from day 0. Save this video in case you want to come back to it again, in case you want to rewatch it for my instructions. But I'm going to have this file linked in the description so you can use it as well.